make your mortar stick to the trowel when you start spreading on block. So it's very important that you master those skills. And get used to holding your brick. Make sure you hold your brick with your thumbs sticking out from your brick. Now, let's practice placing a head joint. Place your brick on your board. You don't worry about it. You don't want it in the mortar. You want to just place your brick on your board. Flex your trowel, make your mortar stick to your trowel. Turn your trowel to 90 degrees. Put your trowel above your brick. Go beyond your brick. Snap back. I repeat. Flex your trowel, make sure your mortar stick to your trowel. Turn your trowel at a 90-degree angle. Place your trowel above your brick. Go beyond your brick and snap it back. Continue to repeat, practice this until you can do it without a lot of effort. When you be able to do it like this, you about to arrive. Put your trowel above your brick, go beyond your brick, and snap back. It'll be a little awkward at first, but you keep practicing. Above, beyond, and back. Then you want to practice what we call buttering a brick. You bevel it on, make sure it sticks. Now you notice something. I'm not turning this trowel in my hand, my trowel hand. I'm turning the brick. I butter this side. I turn this over to where my trowel is, and then I turn this side over to where my trowel is and come down on it. Notice my trowel is still in the same position. Only thing I'm turning is the brick. And the brick, I can bring it over to my trowel and bring my trowel down. I turn it around. I'm maneuvering the brick. Go down on my trowel. Okay? Then I bevel it on. While I bevel it on, make sure it stay on my brick when I turn it up. And I turn it up, I go do the same. I turn this side around, I'm going to butter this side. Bevel it on, make sure it sticks. Then I turn the brick around this way. Then I come down over. But that's where you butter your brick for. That's to close your brick. The last brick goes in. Okay. Then you may have to lay some soldiers. Then you make sure your mortar splay out on your trowel like this. Then you go down and out. You might want to bevel it off. Make it stick. Then you go down and out. So if you want to lay a soldier, that's where you butter it. Now we'll go back to the wall. And we've already dry bond our first coat. First coat already been dry bond. Now we'll course our lead. And your lead is course on 4 on the spacing rule. Just to mention, for the beginner, you notice I open that rule. Here, slide down. Let it slide. Only thing I'm turning is my wrist on my right hand. I'm guiding it with this hand. Okay? Now, I've already decided that this brick worked good on a scale of 4. Now you notice these are black numbers is the scale. That's a 4, 4, 4, and so on. The red numbers is the courses. You got the first course, second course, third course, fourth course. Now simply a course is just a row of bricks. This is a course of bricks. As a matter of fact, this is the first course. Okay? Let's give you an idea how the course you lead. You're going to transfer the scale of 4 from your rule to your lead to this 2x6. Okay? You notice I'm transferring this mark here over here. I got the V right at the 4. The V. It's a V made sideways. And they got a point on it. It's the reason why you have a point. Because when you put the line up, you want the line to run right through the point. Same thing on this end. You're going to course it on 4 too. And you using the scale of 4, and you got the V. And you transfer your scale of 4 to your lead using the V. Because when you put your line up, you want to put your line right in the V. If it's not in the right in the V, it's wrong. And you hear bricklayers saying, "Is the line right?" They use the term, "Is the line right?" That means it's the line on the mark. You want to make sure it's on the point in the mark. These have already been dry bond. When you're saying dry bond, it means it's laid out without mortar, using turns on you, and you need to pick up on the turns, because you need to know what a course is. You need to know what dry bonding is, which is laying out without mortar. You need to know your head joints and your bed joints. Your head joints is your vertical joints. Your bed joints is your horizontal joints. Okay, now I got my bond mark, and we're gonna move the bricks. We're getting ready to lay. And what I'll be trying to do, I'll be trying to stay with my marks. Because if I don't stay with my marks, I get a hit on my marks. When I get down here, I can't get in. So if I lay this brick and I'm a head on my mark, when I get down here, try to put this brick in, it won't fit. Or if I'm holding my joints too tight, and when I get down here, I have too big a head joint. So it's important to stay with your mark. Now we'll start laying. Spread for about 2 or 3 bricks. I suggest most apprentice beginners start with 2 bricks. Now, I'm buttering this brick because if I place a head joint, I might cut my line. So I butter it in my hand. Slam the mortar. I butter the second brick in my hand. Shake it down to the line, trim the mortar. Now I can place it. Form your head joint. Let it rest on your bed joint. Place your hand on top of your brick and shake it down to the line. Very important. Now you notice I told you about holding your thumb out from your line. Now you notice I'm forming my head joint. You want to see my thumb not touching the line. And I place my hand on top of my brick and make sure my thumb is back away from the line so I can see the brick and the line. Okay? Press it down to the line. Form my head joint. Let it rest on my bed joint. Place my hand on top of my brick. I shake it back and forth. And as I shake it back and forth, I'm looking at the brick in the line. Then I trim, when I get down to the line, I trim my mortar, place my head joint. Now, I suggest that you, every beginner, take your time. My method is productive. If you get the method I'm using, you don't have to worry about being productive because the method I'm using is productive. This is a productive method. The method I use in teaching to lay bricks is a productive method. If you notice, I do no pecking. Very little pecking I do. Form the head joint, let it rest on my bed joint. Place my hand on top of my brick and shake it down even with the line. Trim my mortar, place my head joint. All right. Now, bring my line up one more course. Make sure my line is in the point on the mark. Put the slashing up. The slashing, this is used on a building or a house. If the water get inside the cavity, we use the wheat rope and we divert it to the outside. We use what we call the wheat ropes. This is where your hammer come in handy. So I drop on the second course, using my finger as a spacer. You want to teach yourself? How to teach yourself is you must follow instructions. Follow all the instructions on the DVD, you'll be able to teach yourself. You'll be able to get practice correct, the correct way. See, once you learn the basics, everything else pretty much will be about practice. Always. We dwell on the basics. You must master the basics. Right? Looking good. Make sure that all my joints, head joints are the same, pretty much the same size. Then I mark my bond. Mark it on my brick. I'll be trying to stay with these marks. I'm gonna try to make everything uniform. Got my bond mark. Now I can remove my bricks. butter the brick in my hand, because if I try to place a head joint over the line, I might cut the line. Make sure that finger's sticking out. Form my head joint. Let my brick rest on my bed joint. Place my hand on top of my brick and shake it down even with the light. Trim my mortar. Now, when you're laying brick, you want your walls smooth. Form your head joint. Let your brick rest on your bed joint. Place your hand on top of your brick and shake it down to the line. Form your head joint. Let your brick rest on your bed joint. Place your hand on top of your brick and shake it down even with the line. Form your head joint. Let your brick rest on your bed joint. Place your hand on top of your brick and shake it down even with the line. Those are the steps in laying a brick. Everything about productivity.